Hello, and welcome back to Web Animation 101. In this class, we will be taking a look at one of the animation principles, squash and stretch. For those that are not aware of squash and stretch, it is an animation principle that applies a contrasting change of shape to give a sense of flexibility and life in animation. Without it, it would just look all stiff, but by adding squash and stretch, it gives it more energy. And it's really easy to do as well, so let's get our thing started. First, you'll want to set your animation. There's a little animation section here. You can change all the different amount of frames, but for now, we'll go up to 24, even though we probably won't need that. It's useful to have anyway. This can all be changed later right away. And as you can see here, it creates a whole 24 frames. You can add more. You can get rid of some, but basically you can get your animation all set. What we'll be creating now is a bouncing ball, and here we go. You can make this any color you want. I'm going to make this a red ball, and as you can see, because we are on animation mode right now, you can actually see the previous frame. And indeed, this is just for test. And indeed, you will also be able to see the next frame. The previous frame is in red, and the next frame is in green. The whole point of squash and stretch is basically you will want to make sure the item on the top is going down at a rapid speed, and the way to demonstrate this is to make it stretch. Hence why it's called stretch. And the faster it goes down, the more stretchy it looks. And this is the squash part. So once it reaches the ground, we'll make it more of a squash effect. And again. And then, once that's done, you can make it go back up again. It's really good to do this because to give it more of a squash and stretches design, hence why it's called that. Once it slows down a bit, you can stretch less. And with that, we pretty much demonstrated the dot and stretch, as you'll see here. Just coloring the frames to give it more of a feel. You can add more frames if you wish to make a more smoother effect. But for this demonstration, this is 10 frames. In order to view back your animation, you can select autoplay right here. As you can see, it gives a really good looking squash and stretch effect. And this is how you create a squash and stretch animation using frame by frame on FireAlpaca. Once all that is done, you can either export this as a GIF by clicking export as animated GIF, or alternatively, if you want to have the layers on their own, you can export layers to whatever folder you would like. And that is the end of this class. This is demonstrating how squash and stretch is done. Be sure and tune in next time. Thanks for watching.